Hi, Karen Birchall here with another iCAD. I am going to be working on the backs of my prompt cards. I'm just going to, before I get started on today's card, I'm just going to show you some of the first iCADs I created even before I knew iCADs existed. This was my first attempts into mixed media and so if any of these interest you and you're wanting to know how I did it, you know, just leave me a comment down below and I might just do a remake of it. Be a good challenge. So today I'm going to go on to the back of this one, and unlike my last iCAD, I am not going to put any paint on the card, and this card is not gessoed at all. What I'm going to do is I have some of my papers that I created one night while I was playing with my Martha Stewart Pearl paints, and I did it on the back of black tissue paper. So I'm going to do a peacock peacock feathers. I really love peacocks, and the colors of the peacock feathers are what we really see. So I'm going to use this as the background because I want it to be black. So we're just going to get started here. I'm going to use some golden regular gel medium. Now I started with Mod Podge and I still use it for some things. As I also use, I bought a gel medium, pouring gel medium, and I used that. But I found it to be very shiny even though it said it was matte. So I've since discovered that that's not what I want to use on it. So I'm going to position this in here, and I'm going to try to actually get some wrinkles and some more texture in there. And found with my other videos, they tended to come up on the sides, so I'm going to cut first this time, and we're going to see if that works out better. It's all about exploring and finding out and seeing what works and problem solving if it doesn't. I'm sorry, that's a little dark there. Now I'm getting to the zone here. I need to work on this, so I'm just going to move the camera over a bit this way since I'm obviously working more this way. So we have that, and that looks very plain and boring. There is some bronze sparkle on there, so I don't know how much of that's going to come out in the end, how much we're going to see, but it's all about exploring. And that's really half the fun, you know. That's why I like the Journaling by 5 by Shannon Green so much, because it really made you explore and challenge yourself in ways that you may not otherwise do. You know, sometimes we're so afraid that we're not going to do it perfect that we don't do anything at all. Now this tissue paper I'm finding is falling apart a bit, so I'm just gonna grab a little bit more and add a second layer. Why not? Like I said in my other videos, I appreciate when they show us when things do not work on sorry, I have a bit of a cold here. Allergy season. Everything comes cascading down. And I'm just going to do a quick dry with this. I'm going to close up my gel medium, multitasking here as we go. I think it's the teacher in me with the videos and stuff. I'm kind of learning as I go, learning from my mistakes. That's what I tell my students. I said, this is a safe place. You get to make mistakes here. So I'm hoping that my YouTube audience feels the same way. So now what I'm going to do is grab one of my stencils, and we're going to do some modeling paste. And I'm going to just zoom out here. Thanks to Von Gebauer, who gave me this idea for storing my stencils. I just have my big book of stencils, it's scrapbook pages, and I just have my big ones as well as some of my little ones. I'm going to try to search out pages that are a little smaller, and I'm going to pull out my Crafter's Workshop peacock feathers, and I've tried to label them just so I know when I've watched videos I want to know exactly what it is, but you know what? Pick your own and create from there. It doesn't have to be exactly the same. If it's a more of a background one, find one that's equally as lovely. I have yet really to find those perfect ones out there. So I have this flexible modeling paste, and again, it's by Liquitex. When I ordered it, I really didn't know anything about whether it was going to be a good one or not. I kind of thought bang for buck, but I'm really happy with what I've been able to do with this. I've not tried any other, so I can't compare. You know, it comes down to personal preference, but I wouldn't be not buying this if I was to when I run out, because it is one of my favorite textures. The thing with the modeling paste, you do really have to stick it in water to get it off right away, or it will kind of cake on, and I believe it will ruin your thing. Now there we go. I'm just going to throw this into the water over here and grab a baby wipe if I knew where they were. I'm still trying to work on the best plan here. So now you can understand the need for the black. I've done the peacock feathers before, and what I found is that they when you don't have a black background, it's really hard to show off the colors, so I've ended up coloring them and then covering the entire thing with black craft paint, and then wiping the craft paint off the raised areas with a baby wipe, which I discovered works in there. Now I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at what I planned on putting on here for a phrase, and I'm not sure that's going to work so well. So I'm rethinking my plan as we speak. I thought I had it solved, so I'm just kind of, you know what, I'm going to go with what I originally planned. And I see my batteries are almost dead, so we'll see if this makes it. So I'm going to just set that to the side, and I have register tape. I got it at the Good Neighbor store. 75 cents for 3 rolls, and I find that it works just perfect for this kind of thing. Now I have my alphabet that I got at Michael's in the discard pile for $1. Again, I had bought this before I even started doing this, and I'm just wanting to stamp "Let your true color shine through." So I saw or heard somebody doing this, so I'm going to give this a try. If you take your 3 letters, because I always worried about getting them even and putting them in line, because it's kind of who I am. So I thought if you put an elastic band, I saw this. I'm just going to try a little. There we go. Let your works pretty well. I did actually pull out all the letters beforehand, so there we go. Your, can't get it too tight, I see, because then it kind of jams. Your, true, and I must admit I have written it out here. I've seen so many videos where people have made spelling mistakes. I don't want to be one of those people, although I'm sure if I do it long enough, I will definitely do it. I'll get